Hello everyone, welcome to Dr. Math. Today we will see how to solve problems based on exercise 4.2, question number 1. Find the roots of the following quadratic equations by factorization. In that, first question is x square minus 3x minus 10 equals 0. And here you can very clearly see that there is coefficient of x square is 1. So 1 into the constant number minus 10 would give you minus 10. Now we'll have to split this minus 10 in two parts such a way that sum of them will give you minus 3 and the product will give you minus 10. So let me split it as minus 5 and plus 2. Minus 5 into plus 2 will give you minus 10, but minus 5 and plus 2 will give you minus 3. Therefore, x square minus 3x minus 10 equals 0 can be written as 1x square minus 5x plus 2x minus 10 equals 0. And you can very clearly see that minus 3x is split as minus 5x and plus 2x. Now we'll factorize by grouping. Let me group first two terms and last two terms. From the first two terms, if I take x common, I'll have x minus 5 inside the bracket. And if I take 2 common from the last two terms, I get x minus 5 in the bracket. Therefore, if I take x minus 5 again as a common factor, then x minus 5 and x plus 2 are the factors which are left out, whose product is 0. And according to null product rule, if product of two numbers is 0 or product of two factors is 0, then each factors must be 0, which implies x minus 5 is 0 or x plus 2 is 0. Therefore, x is plus 5 or x is minus 2. These are the roots of the given quadratic equations, and there are two roots. Now let's see the second one, that is 2x square plus x minus 6 equals 0. As usual, I'll multiply coefficient of x square with a constant number. I get 2 into minus 6, that is minus 12. We will have to split this minus 12 in such a way that the product is minus 12, but the sum of these two numbers would give you plus x. So I'll split minus 12 as 4 minus 3. Because 4 minus 3 gives you 1, 4 into minus 3 will give you minus 12. So let me write 2x square as it is, minus 6 as it is, but the middle term plus x is split as 4x minus 3x. Let me group them. Let me group first two terms and last two terms. If I take 2x common from the first group, I get x plus 2. And if I take minus 3 common, I get x plus 2 inside the bracket, which is equal to 0. If I take x plus 2 common again, I'll have 2x minus 3 left in the second bracket, which is equal to 0. According to null product rule, if x plus 2 into 2x minus 3 is 0, then x plus 2 is 0 or 2x minus 3 is 0, which implies that x is minus 2 or x is 3 by 2. These are two roots of this quadratic equation. Now let's see the third one. Third equation is root 2x square plus 7x plus 5 root 2 equals 0. As usual, let's multiply the coefficient of x square with a constant number, that is root 2 into plus 5 root 2. Root 2 into 5 root 2 will give you 5 into 2. 5 into 2 is 10. Now we will have to split 10 in such a way that the sum of these two numbers will give us 7, but the product gives us 10. So let me split it as 5 and 2. So I can write the given equation as root 2x square plus 2x plus 5x plus 5 root 2 equals 0. You can very clearly see that 7x is split into two parts, that is 2x and 5x. 2x plus 5x will give you 7x. So there are totally 4 terms now. Let me make a group of first 2 terms and one more group of last 2 terms. From the first 2 terms, if I take root 2x common, I'll have only one x left inside the bracket along with a root 2. And you can very clearly see that root 2 into root 2 will give you 2. Similarly, if I take 5 common, I'll have only x left inside the bracket along with root 2. Let's equate it to 0. Now I can take x plus root 2 common and I'll have root 2x plus 5 left inside the bracket. The product of these two factors is 0. According to null product rule, either x plus root 2 equals 0 or root 2x plus 5 equals 0. If x plus root 2 is 0, then x will be minus root 2, or root 2x plus 5 is 0, then x will be minus 5 by root 2. So x equals minus root 2 or x equals minus 5 by root 2 are two roots of the quadratic equation. Let's look at the fourth question. 2x square minus x plus 1 by 8 equals 0. This is a bit different problem because we have a fraction there. Let me show you how to deal with fractions. So in the denominator we have 8. So let's multiply throughout the equation by 8 and see what happens. 8 2s are 16x square minus 8x plus 1 equals 0. But if you observe 16x square minus 8x plus 1 equals 0, we have a perfect square in the beginning and a perfect square at the end. And we can very easily guess that this is expansion of 4x minus 1 the whole square. RHS we have 0, so I'll write it as it is. This implies that 4x minus 1 is root of 0, that is 0. Therefore, 4x minus 4x will be equal to plus 1 and x will be equal to 1 by 4. This quadratic equation is having only one root, that is x equals 1 by 4. Now let's see the fifth one. We have 100x square minus 20x plus 1 equals 0. Here again we have two perfect square in the beginning at the end. Again in this problem we have a perfect square in the beginning and a perfect square at the end. With this we can very clearly guess that this is expansion of 10x minus 1 the whole square. So RHS I'll write it as 0 itself. So since 10x minus 1 whole square equals 0, so 10x minus 1 will be equal to root 0, which is 0. So 10x will be equal to 0 plus 1, that is nothing but 1. Hence x value would be 1 by 10. Even this equation is having only one root. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you have liked the solutions, please subscribe to our channel for more videos of this kind. Thank you.